Cooking is my specialty.
Hey!
Like ODB. Turning these groceries into delicacies.
Orange Chef! We're not gonna use that. Okay, before I practice my culinary arts, I'm gonna teach y'all a move. Some of y'all might say, well, what does a karate move have to do with culinary arts? I'll tell you what it gotta do with culinary arts, punk. Sometimes you might have to fight for the last crab leg or something. So, demonstrate, pulse. If you think you're taking my last crab leg, silence! What's up, everybody? It's the Carolina Cook, cooking the Carolinas. On this episode of the Carolina Cook Show, I will be cooking shrimp and broccoli stir fry, lobster tail, and crab legs. I'm talking about a seafood delight, y'all. Let's go, chef! See what we got in the freezer. Y'all know I just did this for this episode because my refrigerator is normally empty because I don't normally buy food until I'm getting ready to cook. I'm not even gonna lie. Got some lobster tails. What's that? Raw lobsters. Got some shrimp. And some crab legs. Get those crab legs going. I want these crab legs to feel like they at home. Back at home in the bottom of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna submerge them in that water. Okay, I have some ginger and I have some garlic cloves. This is going into my stir fry, of course. I'm also gonna use some dried chili. You can use dried chili or chili flakes.
My specialty in the kitchen like ODB, turning these groceries into delicacies. The Carolina Cook.
So super easy, y'all. That's all we need. Garlic, ginger, dried red chili, or chili flakes. All right, now I got my lobster tails, y'all. I think these are like 8 ounces. Doesn't matter. Still lobster. So this is a shell, obviously. This is meat. What I have to do is get the meat out of the shell.
Cooking is my specialty. In the kitchen like ODB, turning these groceries into delicacies.
Yeah. Look at that.
The Carolina Cook got the recipe. The Carolina Cook.
Ooh, lovely.
It's the Carolina Cook. The Carolina Cook.
So let's season these lobster tails with a little salt and pepper, man. Because what I'm going to do is take some of the stir-fry sauce and put it off on the lobster. So just salt and pepper. I'm going to bake them in the oven. Put a little butter on them, of course. Then we'll go from there, man. Yeah. All right, y'all. So next up is my shrimp. So I got my shrimp patted as dry as I could pat it, because since we're going to stir fry the shrimp, you don't want your shrimp wet, because if you put it in the wok wet, it's going to release all of that moisture. Then you're going to have like you're going to have some liquid going. And instead of the shrimp like getting a nice little sear or whatever on them, they're gonna really be cooking up in some water, and you don't want that. All right, so let's season this shrimp with a little paprika, black pepper, and salt. Because you don't want to go too crazy on the seasonings, because the sauce is going to carry everything, all right? Now, if you want to be extra, you can be extra. Get that a mix. Get that mixed up throughout that shrimp. That's what it is. Also, let's mix a little oil in that shrimp. Got myself a new wok yesterday, y'all. Non-stick. Got the flat bottom where you can sit it on the stove. And it have a nice flat cooking surface. Gonna add some cooking oil to the wok, some veggie oil. And we're gonna just barely cook the shrimp where it's sort of pink on the outside and still translucent in the center. Not gonna cook it all the way through, because once we get that stir fry process going, it's gonna finish off the cooking process in the shrimp. That way, you're not overcooking your shrimp, ending up with some rubbery, tough shrimp. I shouldn't have any problems with this wok because it's non-stick. All right, let's add that shrimp. All right, now it's time to start removing it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and whip up this sauce. Soy sauce, hoisin sauce, I don't go by measurement, I go by feel. So if you come through here, how much of this, how much of that, you wasting your time. Oyster sauce, sugar, or whatever your substitute for sweetener is, if you want to stay away from the sugar. Let's throw a little soy, a little dark soy sauce in there, just a little. That's always for color, not for taste. It doesn't even taste good, really. But let's add some cornstarch to that. Some water. Yeah, cooking is also a science. See how I hit y'all with that mixology? All right, we're gonna put this sauce on standby, and we're gonna get back to the wok, start on our broccoli. So you got all that good shrimp flavored oil up in here, and we're gonna take the stove, put the stove to medium heat now. Then we're gonna add some of our get down to this. All right, let's go ahead and add that garlic, that ginger, and the red chilies. Mix that around, let it get nice and fragrant. Now let's add our broccoli to that. Okay, now I'm gonna add some water. We're gonna steam this broccoli. Now let's add this sauce. Add that shrimp back to the mix. We're just gonna let that go and let that sauce thicken a little bit. I want an extra sauce because I want to put some of this sauce on my lobster tails, and I want to have enough sauce to also dip the crab meat in, the crab legs in. Yes, sir. Somebody right now somewhere saying, I wonder what it looks like. Come on, let me show you. All right, y'all, let's get these lobster tails going. Yeah, I got a whole pan for 2 lobster tails, y'all. But that's okay, because I'm the chef of dinner of the United States, and being that I'm the chef of dinner of the United States, that means I can do whatever I want to do because I'm the commander-in-chief of the Oval Kitchen. All right, so salt and pepper is all I have on this lobster, y'all. Then I'm going to sit some butter on top. Hey, do me a favor. Open this butter for me because I got these gloves on. Man, the butter going to melt by the time you get it open. I had a better chance with my gloves doing it. I'm wondering if I'm going to get any butter back. Because don't look like this butter going to make it. Wow. And you wasted my precious footage. Guess what? You got a whole other way to go. You should be a lot better at it now. So you didn't learn anything from the first piece of butter. You did a lot better though. Hey, get that paper off of there. Get that paper off of there. All right, thank you. All right. I'll make sure that go on your piece. I gave you 100% butter, and you gave me 50% back. All right, y'all. So that's the lobster. I'm gonna put this in the stove. We're gonna bake it. Yeah. $10 to 15 minutes on your lobster tails at 400 degrees. All right, so that's it on the lobster tails, y'all. All right, let's get those crab legs up out of there. I didn't do anything special with them. Just boiled them in some water. And you're just gonna dip them in that sauce. Dinner is served. And there you have it, y'all. Snow crab legs with that stir-fry sauce, baked lobster tail, bed of white rice, stir-fried shrimp and broccoli. And now y'all should see why I taught y'all that move at the beginning of the video, because you're definitely gonna have to fight people up off of your plate. Or you're gonna have to fight off your hunger for watching me eat this. Woo, woo, woo. I am the chef of dinner of the United States. When I'm not in the Oval When I'm not in the Oval Office, I'm in the Oval Kitchen. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time. You don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of my kitchen. You! Out! I'm not going anywhere this time. I'm going to stay here and eat.